What's up guys, welcome to Daily Refinement. In today's video we're going to address whether or not eBay has lost its mind. So as you guys know, eBay is doubling its annual advertising budget from $1 billion to $2 billion. So in this video we're going to discuss whether or not we think where they're directing those dollars is worth it or not. So I appreciate you guys. Please smash the like button, consider subscribing. We'll see you in the show. So guys, I've been full-time on eBay for a long time. When Devin Wenig was CEO, the goal was to acquire as many customers as possible, and that's how eBay spent their money. I actually met Devin at eBay Open in Las Vegas, and I asked him, what are you going to do about all these platforms like Poshmark and Mercari? This is 4 years ago. Are they eating into eBay's market share? And he told me, eBay's market share will always grow because we spend more money on advertising than any of the other competition, except for Amazon. So we're spending more money to acquire more customers, so our market is always getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that was eBay's old strategy. But this year, as they're doubling their budget, they're actually not doing that. They're not trying to acquire the most customers. They're going quality over quantity. So essentially, they're going after customers that buy at least 8 times per year or spend $800 in a calendar year. So they're going after the premium buyer and the buyer that buys items frequently, like multiple times per year. So me personally, I'm super on board with this. In this video, I'm going to go over the two main reasons why I'm into this, and also the 3 strategies that I'm going to implement to get to that point. So I think I'm on board. I want to go after that super high-end customer, and I also want to go after the repeat customers. So that brings us to our sponsor today, which is Masterworks. Masterworks is a company that allows you to buy fractional shares in expensive and rare artwork, and that wasn't really available for us before, and I'll go over my strategy and why it's not available to everyone like Masterworks, where anybody can invest in a really marquee piece. So we'll go over that later in the video, but I want to get into first the main 2 reasons why I'm on board with this strategy. All right guys, so there's 2 main reasons why I'm totally on board with this strategy. Number 1, repeat buyers has totally changed my life. So people buying more than one item means I only pay the 30-cent transaction fee one time. Also, there's a way to combine shipping, and now that eBay charges the final value fee on the shipping and the promoted listings fee on the shipping, I'd rather have the shipping cost be smaller. So it's better for the buyer because they're getting more than one item in the same shipping. They save money on shipping. I save money on fees, both in the transaction fee and the final value fee. So that is a big win for everybody. So selling more than one item and having that repeat buyer is also huge. Also, those repeat buyers, some of them buy off of eBay from me. So I'm almost like using eBay as a lead generator. People see that I have a large selection of items. They can now come to me direct and look for 20, 50, 100 pieces, and that saves everybody a lot of time. Second reason why I'm totally on board with this, eBay wants repeat customers or high-end customers. I love the high-end customers because when you find something really rare, really exclusive, a cool antique, a cool rare video game, something limited edition, something that's hard to find, rare, cool, ugly, unique, whatever, those customers are very grateful. So those customers, when they get the item, they're most likely to not leave a feedback at all or leave a positive feedback. If I look back over the years at my negative feedback, all of those items are under $30. It was always some small thing that caused them to leave a negative feedback or had a poor buying experience. And so it's almost like you want to eliminate all those customers completely if you can. So again, eBay's not doing that. They're not getting rid of the lower end customer. They're just focusing more on the premium customer who's going to come back 8 times a year and spend $800 or more. So I'm a big fan. I want to go after those customers too. It's almost like it's like driving to a nicer neighborhood to go to their garage sale instead of going into a worse neighborhood because you're probably not going to find as good as stuff. And it's like when you go to the nicer neighborhoods, people are smiling as they're giving you their $500 item for $20. So different experience with the higher end customer, and I'm on board. I think quality is much more important than quantity in this scenario. So I'd be curious to see how is eBay actually reaching these people, but I'm going to give you guys my 3 biggest strategies to reaching those people and doing a better job. So my first strategy to take advantage of eBay's new marketing plan is to make much larger purchases. So this box just came in from one of my buyers. I've actually never even seen this U-Haul box before. It's huge and it can store a lot of different items. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm calling to all buyers, all wholesalers, trying to get as many items as possible, because What I found is trying to find the premium items is all about sorting and volume. So if you can buy a large enough sample size and you have a good idea and a good way to get through all of it to find the grails, you'll have a better chance of finding really good stuff. So just this morning, I was doing a live auction. I found a couple of $100 pieces while looking through stuff that is mainly between $10 and $30. So I want to totally increase the sample size. So before we get into points 2 and 3, I want to go over today's sponsor. So you guys know I'm looking for grails that make me between $100 and $1,000 profit per item. But let's talk about something much bigger right now. Let's talk about a reseller that made over $60 million profit on a single sale. Can you think of who that is? No? It's Oprah. Yes, this Oprah. Billionaires like Oprah hoard art not just for its looks, but also for its investment value. Art is part of a $1.7 trillion resale market, and it's actually outpaced the S&P 500, the US leading 500 stocks, not just recently, but over the last 25 years. Now I can add art to my portfolio, and you can too, all thanks to Masterworks, a revolutionary new platform that allows you to buy fractional shares of famous artwork. Before, in order to flip art, you had to buy the entire piece, but now you can just buy a percentage of it. Since 2017, Masterworks has flipped 3 pieces of artwork, returning over 30% to the investors. Now, I have to say for legal reasons that past performance does not mean future guarantees on profit, but that's the same with everything else. This is the first time that you've been able to invest in huge pieces of art like this with only a fractional investment. If you want to join Masterworks, you can click on the link in the description. It's the only link in the description, and it will let you bypass the wait list. It'll put you on the VIP section so you can get in right away and start investing. We're going to go over the second and third strategies that I have to take advantage of eBay's new system. So number 2 is I'm going to be focusing on local suppliers. So one of the things that eats into profits when you're reselling is shipping. So I'm looking for ways to offer discounted shipping to customers. So I'm trying to get all of my stuff local. That way I can pass on the discount to the customer. So as I'm hiring buyers, most of them are in Northern California where I live. They're coming straight to my storage unit and dropping off the goods. We've already agreed to a per unit price, and that's where I'm getting the majority of my stuff. So definitely focusing on local. Okay, so the final strategy for me is because eBay is focusing on repeat customers and the high-end customers, I'm essentially going to try to condense my categories on eBay probably to just 3 categories. I'm going to go look for outerwear, I'm going to look for jeans, and I'm going to look for dresses. So for the most part, I'm going to stay in those 3 narrow categories so that I can really specialize and get customers more than one of what they're looking for. So in my store, as the categories shrink and as my categories expand, as I hire new buyers, I'm looking for other outlets to sell my items. So whether that be I'm opening up a local store, a brick and mortar store to sell stuff locally, it's different categories, or I'm finding other buyers and other sellers that want to buy bulk from me in a specific category. That's what I'm working on. As an example, button-down shirts is not going to be one of my future categories, so I am now lining up all button-down shirts to go to one specific customer. Down here is all men's, so men's sells a lot faster than women's clothing for me in my experience. So since I'm not going to be in the men's category, it's going to be very easy to wholesale the men's category. Over here, I have stuff that is for a younger crowd, so I'm going to aim for a website called Pop Shop, which I feel like is a young female crowd. So I am now sorting into that category. So it's important to think about where will your items do the best. And again, I'm not a fan of cross-listing the same item on multiple platforms. I think a lot of people get confused when I say I sell on multiple platforms. I'm not selling the exact same item on multiple platforms, because if I sold one on platform A and I have it listed on B and C and I have to spend time on B and C removing it, I find that as a waste of time. So essentially, let's use this example, platform A, platform B, platform C. It's better for those platforms to focus on one specific niche. The customers might also be different. If I'm looking at purely male, maybe I go towards eBay. If I'm looking at purely female career wear, maybe eBay. Maybe female leisure wear, Pop Shop. Maybe Poshmark is more for trendier items that are on Instagram. So you need to find the right platform for your items. And I feel like that's going to be a huge strategy for aligning with what eBay is doing so we can make sure everybody's on the same page. So I appreciate you guys. Please join my Patreon at patreon.com/aresellerspodcast. In there, we show you guys how to run an online store. There's over 2,000 people in that group, and we have over 40 hours a week of live coaching and consulting. So I work the call Monday through Friday. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, on Wednesdays we do that live. There's over 100 people on every single call, all learning and building their online stores. So we appreciate you guys. Make progress daily.